Japan's Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi has been criticized by her predecessor, Shigeru Ishiba. Now, this happened because Sanae Takaichi made comments about Taiwan, and she effectively said that if Taiwan were to be affected by military action from China, that would be also an existential threat for Japan. Now, that was seen critically by many within China, and in particular, one Chinese diplomat said some very negative comments in quite violent language about Sanae Takaichi after that. And Sanae Takaichi has been criticized now by, as I say, her predecessor Ishiba, who said that previous leaders have sort of refrained from saying such things, and so effectively calling her out. Now, this is slightly unconventional for a former prime minister to criticize the current prime minister, but it's not without precedent. It's also an interesting angle to this to think that these two are sort of, in a sense, political rivals. Obviously, they previously ran together in a previous contest for prime minister, which Ishiba won on that occasion before she eventually, Sanae, replaced him. And also, his entire career, really, or for much of it, Ishiba has been sort of outside of the Abe factions, at times criticised them, whereas Sanae Takaichi represents a return to that Abe faction. Also, he perhaps would have expected, as many did, Koizumi, who is more of a centrist unifier candidate and sort of more politically like Ishiba, to succeed and become the prime minister, but in the end, Sanae Takaichi won. Also, Koizumi was willing to work with Ishiba and was part of his cabinet, whereas Sanae Takaichi stayed outside of the cabinet. And so perhaps maybe there's an element of him would have preferred Koizumi to replace him. That's purely my speculation. And it's interesting if he would have said such a thing to Koizumi if he'd made these comments.